A long time ago, in a remote village far from the bustling city, there lived a stubborn donkey. The village was backward, with few arrivals or departures over the years. One day, the donkey mused, "Why should I remain in this village all my life? Let me venture beyond this jungle and discover what lies on the other side." With this thought, he set out the next morning. The jungle was known to be dense and deadly, but the donkey was resolute. The other villagers thought him foolish. He ignored their advice and always went wherever his heart desired. Days passed, and surprisingly, the donkey managed to traverse the thick jungle. When the villagers heard of this, they were astonished. The donkey crossed the jungle. He must have found a beautiful life in another village, people murmured. Soon, the story spread like wildfire, and the villagers began praising the donkey's bravery, assuming he was now living a joyful, prosperous life. A group of dogs overheard this tale and grew curious. "If the donkey could cross the jungle, so can we," they declared. The next morning, the dogs followed the donkey's scent, tracing the same path he had taken. With their keen sense of smell, they too crossed the jungle. This sparked excitement throughout the village. "If the dogs can do it, we can too," said the villagers. One after another, more villagers began to follow the well-trodden path. Over the years, a narrow trail transformed into a well-used walking route. Eventually, the government decided to construct a proper road. As government engineers came to survey the area, the villagers suggested building the road on the same trail that had been used for generations. The chief engineer inquired, "Why do you all prefer this path?" An old man stepped forward and replied, "This is the easiest path we know." "Who created this path originally?" asked the engineer. "As far as I remember, it was a donkey who made this path long ago." The chief engineer paused, then said, "I'm not surprised. What's astounding is that humans continued to use the donkey's path for generations without question. We've discovered a much shorter, smoother route, one that can save time and effort, but no one even thought to look for it." At that moment, the villagers realized their mistake. For centuries, they had blindly followed the same old, difficult path without seeking better routes. They had wasted years simply because no one dared to question the path laid by a donkey. Many walk paths made by others, sometimes by those who knew no better, sometimes even by fools. Instead of forging our own way, we often follow the crowd. The greatest mistake is to tread a road simply because it exists. The real challenge is to see if you're walking your own path or just following the footsteps of another. Don't blindly follow the herd. Dare to question, explore, and create your path. A new way could lead to a better, faster, more meaningful life. This story may ignite change in you or another. If this story touched your heart, pass it on to someone who might need it. Share, subscribe, and be the reason today that someone finds their path.